Hello, friend, and welcome to day 3 of the Conquer the Chaos Challenge. Today, we're actually going to continue to review key ways to ensure you're maximizing your calendar. I told you this is a big category for me, and I really just can't reiterate enough how much and how important managing your calendar can be. Whether it's on your computer or on your phone, you really have to learn how to make it work for you. I live, eat, breathe, sleep by my calendar. Anyone that knows me well knows a lot of times I won't even say a yes or no if I don't have my calendar on me, which 9 times out of 10 I do. So I really use my download day to make my calendar work for me. I pull up my calendar so I have it as a visual to look at, so I know what my day or my week is going to look like, and I can kind of plan ahead. I always also review my calendar either the night before or early the morning of my day to make sure that I'm on target. I'll share the story. One time I looked at my calendar for some reason the night before, and I just knew that the early morning meeting I had was virtual. So looking at my calendar helped me to see that it was actually in person in downtown Atlanta. I was not prepared, and had I not looked until that morning, or had I just assumed, I would have made a huge mistake. I had vendors that had flown in to meet for this meeting, and they would have been waiting for me, and I would have been sitting at my kitchen table, waiting on the team's meeting, wondering where everybody was. So that's just an example that I wanted to share with you. So as you think about your goals that you've laid out, that we've kind of confirmed and firmed up, make sure that you let your calendar work for you so you can get those goals achieved. A few examples that or tips that help me, just as a continuation from yesterday, is time blocking. That is like a game changer for me. Time blocking has changed my life, and time blocking is really time to focus on returning your emails, your phone calls, the things that are kind of like time suckers that you think, okay, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. And then you look up and it's been like 5 hours and you're like, I've got nothing done. So we waste a lot of our time and a lot of our day getting bogged down in the details of things. So this is also really good when you have a large project or goals like we've been talking about, where you need time to research, pull information together, or really just time to work. I mean, how many times do we just need time to get the project done, right? So taking a moment to think through the task, how much time you need to complete it, and then planning that time out can really change your game. So I'll use this challenge, for instance. When I was planning or preparing for the challenge, I looked at my calendar and thought about how much time do I need to get this done? It's more of a creative thing for me. So what time of day would work for me best to get that done? I knew I needed a few uninterrupted hours of time just to sit down and lay everything out so that it made sense. This is something that I do every day. It's a part of my life, but I needed to be able to sit down and kind of map it out so it would make sense to my audience, you guys. So the way doing it that way and using time blocking really made it not feel like such a chore. I ended up finishing it in less time than what I had blocked out for it. And so then I felt like, number one, I accomplished something. That's a huge win. It's done. Check off my list. I also have some extra time and I can actually do something else or just go sit on my couch and do nothing. So I had time back and I had accomplished my goal. So win-win. Time blocking is huge. Also, you may see how I'm dressed right now. I am going to the gym when I'm done recording this for day 4. But planning your workouts. How many days are you targeting? Do you want to be in the gym 3 to 4 times a week? You have to put it on your calendar. You have to make sure that it's a priority, just like everything else that we do is a priority. We schedule an appointment at the dentist. We schedule an appointment to get somebody to come to the house to get something fixed. But if you are a priority and self-care is a part of something that is on your goal list, like it is for me, you really have to take your self-care seriously. And like try to get ahead of it. If you have to block out a day or a session, whatever works best for you, but making sure that you take that time for yourself. I have a friend, Keisha, who actually blocks out in her year her self-care days. So she has days that she like focuses on herself, and sometimes I think they always include a massage, but then there's also some other things. But she takes herself out for a meal, she may go shopping, she does her massage and whatever else she needs to do for that day. But she literally blocks that out on her calendar ahead of time. So again, making sure your calendar works for you. And the third tip I want to share for you today is making sure you add strategy time. In my job, a big part of what I do, I need to strategize. I need to think big picture. So right now we're at the end of 2024, but we're planning out our 2025 fiscal, sales, margin, all that kind of stuff. And so I have to actually sit back and take time to think about, what does my year look like? How and why is it going to look like that? Do I think I'm going to pick up 5%? What is that in dollars? How many additional units is that? How am I going to get there? And so many times we have these great thoughts in our head, but we just don't have the strategy to get there. So using your calendar to block out quiet time for you just to think, or strategy time for you to really lay out or map out how you're going to achieve something is also super, super important. So that is it for day 3, a little bit shorter than yesterday was. And I'm looking forward to talking to you tomorrow for day 4 of our challenge, where we are going to talk about categorizing your tasks. So thank you so much. Have an amazing day, and I'll see you soon.